Hello my LEGO friends. Today I'm going to be discussing a video on why mind tricks in Star Wars Battlefront 2 shouldn't be a thing. In Star Wars at all. Games. If it's like a game like Fallen Order, yeah, there should be a thing. Because you're not giving yourself a statistical advantage over other players, because those are AIs. It shouldn't be in a AAA multiplayer game. To give yourself a statistical advantage and make other people's gameplay sessions worse, it shouldn't be a thing. We should all have an even, fair match. We shouldn't be able to take away other people's abilities and destroy their controllers. It physically shouldn't be a thing, and it physically, if it is going to be a thing in this game, it needs to be on both sides. We should have Boba Fett's concussion rocket be able to take away people's abilities. That would be great, because then that actually give concussion rocket a good thing, an actual statistical advantage over the light side. Because if you're getting annoyed with them using their mind tricks every single second, you concussion rocket them so they can't use mind tricks. If there's an Anakin being a dickhead, take away his abilities. Use the concussion rocket. It makes no sense on why the light side should have a statistical advantage over the dark side in every single way with mind tricks, because all you would have to do is just press one ability and they're going to be dead, because all they're going to have to be able to do is hard block. And if you're Rey, you take away their controllers, so you just dash behind them and just start wailing on them, because they can't react at all. Then if you're Obi-Wan, you take away their abilities and then you start wailing on them, especially if there's a blaster hero, because they can't do anything because they have no abilities. All they can do is shoot. They can't dash. It's not fair. It is severely not fair, especially to the gun heroes. So the way to make the mind tricks more fair is to, first of all, give Boba Fett a concussion rocket so that it actually does and take away people's abilities. That would actually make concussion rocket an actual statistical advantage over most of the heroes on the light side, except for Rey and Obi-Wan. Because then that actually hits some people, and then they can't use their abilities, like Han, who's just gonna sit there eating dead knight chargers everywhere. Oh, and that also give them a statistical advantage over Anakin's, who will just sit there and spam. That would make Boba Fett a much more team player than he currently is, to where the game just encourages you to just run away from everything and to run into combat, do like damage with rocket barrage, other than fly and camp outside the combat area, so that you can go back in and then nuke them again. That's how they treat Boba Fett in this game. So it would make sense to give concussion rocket an actual purpose, to have it be so that it's more of a team player ability, not just concussioning them slightly, making it so that their screen slightly fuzzed up on the sides. Honestly, that would make concussion rocket better. Another way to fix mind tricks is to get them gone from the game, because it's not fair at all. Especially since you can add the double mind tricks happen. It's not fair when double mind tricks happen, because now your controller's broken, and also you can't use your abilities, so you're dead. You can't do anything. It's not fair. I don't know why they decided to add mind tricks into this game. Everything in this game, you can put it down to fun factor. The reason why you can have star cards is to make it so you have your own setup, so you can play your own way, and so you can have fun your own way, so you're not just having to play one plain way. Why you can have heroes on one map that shouldn't be there, like Lando on Kashyyyk or Rey on Kashyyyk, is because so that you can have fun. Lando, you could play him on every single map, just as long as you can get to him and get enough points for him. But I don't get it why they added mind tricks, because they're not fun on either side. When you mind trick someone as Rey or Obi-Wan, you just feel bad, because you're just gonna game end them in a matter of seconds, and they can't react. So you're basically just gonna be like, oh, well, I kind of feel bad because I just destroyed this man's controller and also his entire game. Other than I just destroyed him, so that's not really fun. Literally, the only way you can have fun with mind tricks is if you're a sociopath. That is the only way. If you were Jake Paul or Logan Paul, that's the only way you can have fun with the mind tricks, because they're only made for sociopaths, because only sociopaths would find that fun to destroy people's controllers and give themselves a statistical advantage over other people. It's not fair at all. And plus, mind tricks last for too dang long. You would get mind tricked, and then 30 minutes later, now you can actually use your controller again. When you have one side that has a clear advantage with one character of Anakin Skywalker, to where he can almost dominate the entire dark side in 2 seconds by using 2 abilities. And yes, he can still do that. He can still do that. If you're a good Anakin, he can wipe out the entire dark side right then and there, even with the nerf that he just took. So, literally, they have mind tricks on top of that, so they're giving the light side much more of an advantage in comparison to the dark side, who they're given a disadvantage to, because they have camping heroes. They literally have Boba Fett and Boss, 2 camping heroes that rely on their abilities so much, because if you don't have your abilities, you're dead, because all the dark side sucks without their abilities. Phasma, she can't live without her droid, basically. Yeah, she can't live without it. Other than freaking Iden Versio, she can't live without her droid either, cause that's the only way she can live, with her 2 abilities revolving her droid. So freaking the dark side is just full of gimmicks, and then the light side is just full of duplications of each other. The light side, you have Luke with a force push, you have Luke with the force repulse, then he also has a dash strike. Obi-Wan has a dash strike. He also has a force push. Then Rey has a mind trick, Obi-Wan has a mind trick, Rey has a dash strike, Obi-Wan has a dash strike, and Luke has a dash strike. Freaking the only person who's not following everyone else's being repeated is Anakin, who he only has one other ability, and that is pull. No other character has pull except for Kylo, so he's literally just the only one character that has a pull on the light side. And then Yoda has a force push. He also has a dash. Then the dark side. Guess what? They have no hero. They have no health-giving people. The only person who can give health is Phasma, and she only gives health to herself and also Vader. They can only give health to themselves. They can't give health to other people. The light side, they have Finn and Yoda who can give health to other people. This is already giving a clear disadvantage to the dark side, because if somebody loses health, like a Boba Fett loses health, you can't get that health back, because you're just gonna get ganked again. So literally, they're finding ways to nerfing the dark side while adding in other characters. So if they were to remove the mind tricks and edit in a new ability for the heroes who have mind tricks, I would recommend giving Obi-Wan an ability to actually be much more of a defensive hero than just hard blocking the entire time. Give him an ability that actually fits him and is more defensive, or an actual offensive ability. Giving Rey an ability to actually shut up for once would actually be a really good ability. That's all I had to say, is that if they are going to have mind tricks in this game, they shouldn't be the way that they currently are. Give one to the light side, give one to the dark side, or give 2 to the dark side. Give both at the way to take away people's abilities, and then give someone else on the dark side to be able to take away people's actual controllers. Because at this point in time, the light side is just getting much more buffed as it goes on, and the dark side is getting debuffed every single second, as evidenced by them giving a frickin' tank that actually dominates on frickin' Geonosis, Galactic Assault. So they're just finding ways to buff the light side even when they don't need it, on nerfing the dark side when the dark side doesn't need it. And in fact, they actually need a buff, especially with Grievous and Boba. Those two characters need a very buff. Give Boba Fett an ability to take away people's abilities. That would be cool.